sweeties, how are you doing? Welcome to Nanya Sim. If this is your first time of coming across this channel, sweetheart, kindly smash the subscribe button, turn on the notification so you get notified each time I upload, and please give this video a thumb up. I appreciate you all, and I want to say a very big thank you to every one of you for always coming back to watch my videos and subscribing. You all are the real MVP. So today this video is actually making like a lot of waves. People are tagging, stitching and all that, and it's actually about a white man who actually came out to say that MLK Jr.'s view promotes reparation, and he is not in support of reparation because he feels that it's not necessary. And trust me, he is he is getting the hits front, back, and all that. And you definitely do not want to miss out on this because it's kind of gaslighting. Let's get into it and stay glued to your screen. Let me roll the clip.
People are real comfortable lately with diversity. They're real comfortable with inclusion. But when you ask them about giving us some reparations because this country was built on the backs of Black people for free, no one wants to talk about that. And that was really a big part of his dream.
Actually, a big part of his dream, Sonny, was by judging people based on the content of their character rather than the color of their skin. And by engaging a reparations type of program in the United States, you are quite literally doing the opposite, and you are judging people based on the color of their skin rather than the content of their character. Reparations never really made sense to me, and think of this example. A white baby and a black baby could be born today, and you're telling me that the white baby instantly owes the black baby money based just on the color of their skin, something that they can't control. How is that supposed to make up for the trials and tribulations of slaves years ago? It doesn't. Sonny, your message of reparations is just going to cause more division in the country.
You all heard that. Anyways, let's get into the stitches and see what people are saying about this. So let's go, and then we'll come back to talk about it. So here we go.
Actually, a big part of his dream, Sonny, was by judging people based on the content of their character rather than the color of their skin.
Black people not judged. But this message is for anti-racists in 2023. We are done having this argument with people. We're done. For the rest of time, we're not having this argument with people. I don't care if they're conservative, liberal, leftist. If they're on our team, they should know better. And if they're not on our team, they don't want to know better. So I'm going to put this to rest one last time. Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. said, "I have a dream that one day my 4 little children will grow up in a nation where they are not judged by the color of their skin, but by the content of their character." He's talking about his kids. And if you want to extrapolate that out to a metaphor, he's talking about black people at large. Because in the 1960s, the context that is important to this speech, white people were not judged by the color of their skin. There were not jury laws about their skin. That was black people.
That's supposed to make up for the trials and tribulations of slaves years ago. It doesn't. Sonny, you're mad.
Wait a minute. You think slavery was the only trial and tribulation that black people have suffered from? That's it. It all ended in 1865, right? And you don't even know what reparations are or what we're even asking for. You have no business talking on this topic. My father was born into segregation and my grandmother was redlined out of a home. Where's my generational wealth? Now, if you're trying to tell me that you think taxes are only for white use, that says more about you than it does anybody else. Explain to me how one creates further division by healing a wound. Oh, that's right. You only think there's equality when white people have the upper hand.
A reparations type of program in the United States, you are quite literally...
Reparations are punitive damages. And America has never paid for the damages inflicted on the black community through slavery, white supremacy, and racism. Imagine your house catching on fire. And then the insurance company comes by, they do an assessment of the damages, and they like, yeah, that was bad. And then they just walk away. America, on a global scale, has set the precedent for reparations. America paid reparations to the Native Americans. America paid reparations to the slave owner when the slave owners were forced to emancipate their slaves. The slave owners. America paid reparations to Japanese Americans incarcerated during World War II. America made other countries pay reparations. After World War I, the Treaty of Versailles forced Germany to pay billions of dollars. What you're saying is fundamentally and inherently racist. It is not a coincidence that the only people that agree with you in your comment section are white.
A big part of his dream, Sonny, was by judging people based on the content of their character rather than the color of their skin.
What Martin Luther King Jr. said was, "I have a dream that my 4 little children will one day live in a nation where they will not be judged by the color of their skin, but by the content of their character." His dream was for his 4 little children. It was for Black people. And I know that people like you have a hard time being told this, but it was not for you. In your bio, "I'm not woke because I do enjoy a good nap." You're not woke because woke is another thing that is not for you. If you're going to be proud of your ignorance, don't pretend like you know something.
Sonny was by judging people based on the content of their character rather than the color of their skin.
See, no, I'm not going to watch your video. In fact, the part where this is where I stopped. Because there's no point in watching your video. You are not Black. You have no say in this. It's so easy for people who are unaffected by topics to put their 2 cents in. Like cis people talking about trans issues, men's talking about women's issues, or in this case, white people talking about Black people's issues. You don't get to have a say in this. This is not about you. You don't get to actually here's things about having a colorblind world. That's not all Martin King was about. That's all you guys focus on, though, because it makes you feel comfortable. You can just hand wave, hey, wait, your Black figure said that you guys shouldn't do this. So yeah, you mean the guy you guys killed? We're speaking in facts, right? Martin Luther King was killed, was pew-pewed, and that wasn't us. We didn't do that. So no, you don't get to espouse this whole, oh, well, you know, he dreamed of a colorblind way. He also dreamed more that he would still be fucking alive in. That didn't happen. And why didn't that happen? Because people weren't comfortable. White people were not comfortable with Black people getting that kind of power. And we've been dealing with the ramifications for that for fucking decades. So no, you don't get to use Martin Luther King as a way to discredit what she's talking about. Reparations are owed. That is facts. Like, where do you get out people having this conversation thinking you can have a seat at this table? You have no input. Nothing you say is valid. Nothing at all. And I saw the comments, a bunch of white people agreeing with you. What a surprise. What a surprise. But no, that's not how this works. And I'd have the same smoke if it was a dude talking about women's issues, if it was a cis person talking about trans issues. You don't get to tell the people who are affected how they should move, how they should act, how they should feel. You get to sit there and shut up. You get to use your voice to promote them, to uplift them, but that's it. No one cares about your 2 cents.
Part of his dream, Sonny, was by judging people based on the content of their character rather than the color of their skin.
Now, this is someone who desperately wants to be in the proximity of Blackness, who wants to be a victim, that wants to feel our trauma but never live it. See, this kind of person wants to take Dr. Martin Luther King's I Have a Dream speech literally and twist it to their benefit. A typical 8.5 by 11 of the wet paper napkin brigade, when Dr. Martin Luther King clearly stated that speech about his 4 children, that his kids would be seen not for the tone of their skin, but the context of their character. Where did he say that I was including 8.5 by 11s in his speech? Because obviously, again, y'all like to take what his words are and twist them to your benefit. So desperately, again, wanting to be the victim. So badly, but you'll never live it. Go to hell.
A big part of his dream, Sonny, was by judging people based on the content of their character rather than the color of their skin.
Yeah, see, what we not gonna do is gaslight what the government calls African Americans. You're not gonna gaslight us by using portions of Martin Luther King's speech against us. That speech wasn't for everybody. It was for us. And I'm tired of people that look like you, who do not look like me, trying to use MLK's speeches against us. As far as reparations, dude, your ancestors left a big mess. They left a huge mess for you and your descendants to clean up, period, point blank.
So for now, I'm going to pause this and talk. And number one is that I personally feel like this man is not like, he is not fit to talk on reparation. Because as you all can see, they are trying so hard. They have been doing this for a long time. It didn't start today. They have been looking for a way to twist everything and make it look like you all are the problem. It cannot be. Yeah, it is not you. They have been the problem. And the earlier they accept this, the better for them, right? And the truth is that eventually, you see this reparation, they have been going up, back and forward. They eventually will pay it, and by the time they definitely will not know when they will pay it. And looks like this young man does not know the history. And should I remind him? He is talking about, he's talking about how do I tell my unborn child or my little child to like pay reparation for what? That it doesn't make, how will it make sense to you? How will it make sense to you? All the massacre and all the things they did, like almost everything, they all did it on purpose. But then it's ended like it was a, okay, no, they actually always target a riot when it's always a massacre. Already, like, I am trying a whole lot to censor my words because YouTube has really like been on my watch. But man, you see this young man, I already have like nothing good to say. And after this, he actually went further to talk because he felt like, no, man, they are coming for me. They feel like I am not fit to talk about this, which absolutely he is not fit to talk on this because he knows nothing.
We can't solve our problems in this country by just resorting to race for everything.
Before you respond, read my bio and watch the videos that I previously posted before you embarrass yourself. Now, to address what you said, people are calling you racist because what you said was racist and teeters on the line of stupidity. Also, the fact that you don't know that in the very founding of this country, during colonization, race was embedded into every single decision made in this country. Everything has always been about race in this country. The laws that were put in place during colonization are still being upheld in 2023 in a lot of ways. Now, just because you can't critically think about them doesn't mean it's not happening. But you know what I really think is happening with you? I think you're starting to realize that, yes, everything is actually about race. No racism will not go away if you just stop talking about it. You're realizing that the story that you've been told your entire life, where the white knight was the savior, but he was actually the villain, is now giving you an awakening. You're realizing you've been lied to your entire life when it comes to the history of this country, which means you have to admit that you have finally been awakened. Welcome to being woke.
If I were to say to a black person, you black folks,
Child, give me a fucking break. First of all, say you black folks. I don't care. Last time I checked, I'm black. Secondly, do all conservatives only know color of the skin content of the character? Is that the only thing y'all know from Martin Luther King? Third, y'all character is trash too. We're judging you by the content of your character, because y'all are trash. 3, and most importantly, I clearly got what Whoopi is saying. She's not advocating for white people to get attacked. She's simply saying that most of America doesn't give a fuck about when black people are attacked and killed by the police. So what do they have to do? And fun fact, white people are attacked too by the police, and y'all don't give a fuck about that.
Anyways, this is it for this, and let me know what you all think in the comment section. And thank you so much for your support. See you all in my next video. Bye for now.